Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I gotta find the card to shut you down. There we go. There we go. Sophie was giving me some extra light. She was giving some extra light. All right. Hello. Welcome to Get Rich 101. I'm your host. I'm Sacred Rights, and I am an author, most recently, of this book, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. And big news, it has been released as an audiobook now. So now it's a, a ebook, a paperback, and an audiobook. So all three. So they're ready. Ready for you. So remember, they're just for some. Oh, I can tell you this exactly because I was just doing my website last night, and my website was pretty bad. It had gone from something that I was constantly aware of to something way far in the back. So that said, I have redrawn my website. So let me see if I can get this up. Huh. I think I'm gonna pull it up for a second. Pull it up for a second. I'm gonna share this instead, and I'm gonna pull this up. And yes, so here is my website. So V King made me take away my picture, my picture of me curled up in the bed in the hospital bed, and I was like, oh man. But she feels like this more closely matches my current what? My current energy. That's what she says. My current energy. Yeah, she's gonna have to wait on that. She's gonna have to wait on that. She wants another picture with my eyes open. She's gonna have to wait for a few minutes on that. But she's got me, in this pose, not the bed, not the hospital pose, which I love because it reminds me of anything. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I put this here in the middle. Hack Your Pain Now, the book, and this is a reminder, as much for me as much for anyone else. But a reminder for me, three things. Three things. It's an emergency survival guide in 10 easy commandments. I've rarely said that. No matter what you are reeling from, let these rules save the day. And this quick and easy to read book is for anyone who is in emotional pain. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And also, Get Rich 101, the podcast. So that's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing now. My mom told me that someone at the church was looking forward to next episode of the podcast, but wasn't sure where to get it. And I was like, oh, shoot. So I made it plain on my website. So there it is. You go to my website, there's the three most recent episodes. So you just click them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to click them right now. I'm clicking right now. So you click this one, and this is Fiance Files. And there's Fiance Files. And voila. There it is. And you can press play right from there, and it'll boot up right from there. And yep, there you go. See? So should be easy. Should be easy. I got to get straight on the Spotify. I gotta get straight on Spotify because Spotify doesn't seem to want to let me in, so I have to get straight on that. But anyway, here's the site. Here's the site. And so here we go. Oh, and also, let me show you this. I downloaded this to 2 pages, a 2-page website. Now that for me is saying a lot. Saying a lot. Because I've had everything on my website. But this is what I got. I got the book, I got the podcast, and I got Book Sekou right here. And that's it. That's it. I've got the testimonials. And there's Les Brown at the top of the list. Alfie, we got to get you on here. Yeah, yeah. Here's the demo reel, and there's a shopping page. Oh, the shopping page looks funny on my computer. So anyway, so that's that. That's it. So go by, check out the website, and order something. Order something. Order something. All right. Yeah, order something, and check it out. Let me know if it needs anything. But hopefully, the addition of of my um, my podcast, hopefully my podcast being here every day will give people a reason to come every day, to come and just click on the latest episode. All right. So here we go. And also, you notice I've got 365 as my episode label. And that's way too small, actually. That's way too small, if you can believe that. But I've been doing this version of my show, of my podcast slash show, for 765 days, because that's the number of days that I've been running. So I'm on my 765th day of running, and that's the same time that I started doing the podcast. Sorry, that's Nelson right here. Nelson's right here next to me. but yeah, I was actually doing the show before that. So this is even bigger than episode 765. But it just gives you a sense of the sheer volume of of podcasts I've done. Well, you have to adjust down for weekends, but still, I've done it for much more than 765 days. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. Let me get out of this. This was unexpected sidebar. But let me take it down and let me put this back up. This is John Eric's. John Eric. Okay, I gotta wait for this to reload to get to the beginning. Okay, so what are we talking about today? So yesterday we talked about the nuts and bolts of stock trading. Today we're talking about little bits of money. Now I feel like I want something better than that. 10% of your 10% of your money. I guess that'll work for now. 10% of your money, because I'm going to play this video by John Erickson. John, wait a minute, what's his name? John. Oh shoot. Well, see, anyway, John Erickson. I'm sorry if I got your last name wrong. But anyway, he's talking about investing money. He's talking about investing a small amount of money ongoing. And so I just want to invite my listeners, invite my watchers, invite my people, all the people watching on YouTube, that check me out on YouTube. They've been with me for all these years, all this time that I've been doing this. You've got to remember that you have enough to invest. You have enough to invest. You do. You do. You got enough to invest. And so what I've been doing, well, let me play the video first, and I'll tell you what I've been doing. Okay, so let me put him in here, and let's get started on this. Okay. Here we go. Spent $5 a day on coffee, or invested $5 a day in Starbucks stock. Right? Now, I discovered this myself. When I was drinking coffee from the Starbucks. I realized that Starbucks is publicly traded. I was like, oh, I can buy in Starbucks stock. But never mind that what he's doing is he's comparing spending $5 a day on coffee versus investing $5 a day in Starbucks. So we're talking about $5, $5. And his is even aggressive because he's talking about $5 a day, right? So $5 a day, and that's a lot. I mean, he's not talking about weekdays or weekends. He's talking about 5 days a day, every day, right? But still, he's letting it grow and grow and grow. So this is the pan out. Here we go. Here we go. So here we go. Watch it. So first you see it detracting per year. And 2 years, 3 years, about the same. 4 years, about the same. Opposites. 5 years, about the same. Opposites. 6 years, now it's starting to pull away. 7 years, like, oh, okay, it's pulling away a little bit more. 8 years, like, whoa, now, hold on. 9 years, he's like, what in the world? 10 years, like, oh my goodness. 15 years, 20 years, you're like, oh my God. 25 years, look at that. 30 years, let me pause this right now. So, 30 years. He's saying you would have spent, what is that? I think that's negative $354,000 versus you would have in your account $955,000. I mean, come on. But it took you 30 years. It took you 30 years of consistent investment. You start off with $5. And you made it to almost $1 million over 30 years. And that's why they tell you that investing early is so important. So we ain't got early. If you're with me in my age range, you ain't got early, but you got now. And you can still put your money aside. Now, let me explain a way how I would deal with this. So this is what I would do. Because I discovered, as I mentioned, that Starbucks was publicly traded. And this was in this phase of my life, I was buying Starbucks and I was still treating it as like kind of a habit because my dad brings it up all the time. Remember when you were drinking that beverage from Starbucks? And I was like, yeah, I was drinking it a lot. It was a chai, and I was getting it from Starbucks a lot. Anyway, I was getting it from Starbucks a lot before I realized that Starbucks is publicly traded. What I did is less than what he did. He said, well, I'm just going to not spend the $5 on coffee, but I'm going to spend that $5 on investing in Starbucks. Right? So what I did was I added $1. I made that coffee $6 instead of $5. All right, did you get that? I made the coffee $6 by adding $1. Right? So I made $6. I spent the money on Starbucks, but then I spent $1 over to invest. You can invest with $1. You can invest with $1, folks. You can invest with $1. You can start your investment with $0, but you can start with $1. So you can do this too. B and I were doing it for a while. So you add $1 and you invest that dollar into, in my case, Charles Schwab, right? And you can find other places, but I'm going to keep recommending Charles Schwab because they've been good to me. Right? So anyway, what you could do is you could go without your coffee and spend your $5, invest it. If you've got a job, that's a good look. If, like me, you're a freelance employee, like you don't have a state job, it works better to do it the way I do it, to mark it up by $1. If I got enough to spend $5 on a coffee, I got enough to spend $6. I got enough to spend $6. I got enough to spend $1 extra, right? So all I have to do is I got to shift that money while I wait for the coffee, like in the store. When I'm waiting for it, I got to shift it because I know if I leave the store without doing it, likelihood of me doing it is slim to none. Slim to none. So, got to estimate $1 up and transfer that money into Charles Schwab. And also, I'm using the term Charles Schwab instead of Starbucks on purpose because, as I mentioned, I was investing in Starbucks too. Right? Well, I don't know if I mentioned it, but that's what I was doing. I was spending my money on Starbucks stock. But now that stock, along with several other stocks, are all combined in the portfolio. Right. So there's, might be Mountain Dew. Might be Starbucks. Might be something else in there. But in the meantime, I'm going to still treat it like I'm investing in Starbucks. So I'm going to add $1 and send that dollar over to the fund. $1. And you're thinking that's not going to make any difference. That's not going to make a difference. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It will grow. It will grow. I'm telling you. And for me, the hardest part is remembering to do it, because I get flaky sometimes. I'll be in the store and I'll be getting something. I'll be thinking, you need to add $1. Say, cool. You need to add $1, and sometimes I don't do it. But when I'm at my best, I transfer $1 while I'm still waiting in the coffee shop. Transfer $1 and I transfer over. Because if I can afford $1, I can afford. Well, if I can afford $5, I can afford $1. I can afford that extra $1 transfer over to my savings. All right. And so that's an easy way. You just have to remember to keep up with yourself. You got to keep up with yourself. And have something like if you don't drink coffee, if you do something else, like put it in there. Put like if you spend your money on lunch, put $1. Still keep it $1, but take that dollar out and put it over into Charles Schwab. Just put $1. Just $1. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. It's going to surprise you how fast it'll grow. It'll surprise you how fast it'll grow. You put the $1 over there. All right. So I hope that got through to somebody. Let's check my comments and see what people are saying. All right. Let's see. P King is chilling in the kitchen, but she's sending me this from the kitchen. So let's see. You got now. Yes, we are planning to be here 30 plus years from now. Only God knows. Ashe. Let's see. Let me see what this long one is. What I've gained from Hack Your Pain is the beauty and power of you being vulnerable and transparent about your pain and your willingness to do something about it. It's the best self-development, self-help books I've experienced. Ashe. Yeah. Yeah. She said, I didn't pay her to say that. Yeah, I am just now understanding how personal that book was because I found it and I just put it out there. Put it all out there. And I was mentioning this guy recently. I was telling you about his in my her story. I was telling you about the practice of writing one sentence a day. One sentence a day, same time. One sentence a day. Because if you just get in the habit of writing one per day, it'll grow. Now I've got to get on my assignment in her group because I've only written one sentence so far. Well, one day of writing a couple sentences, but still just one day. So I got to catch up on that. But he hit me up and he was like, man, the intro, the intro. And I was like, the intro. And I went back and I read the intro. I was like, oh, yeah. So this book is seriously personal. And it's I don't know, it's freeing somehow. So anyway, the book Hack Your Pain Now is a very interesting book. It's a very powerful book. And so yeah, so check it out. Check it out. Definitely check it out. Okay. And I think that's it. And and Fee talking about the odds we want to do. So yeah, I know, Fee. It's gonna take me a minute. It's gonna take me a minute before I'll give up this photo. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what I got. I just wanted to give you guys some hope for those of you who think that you ain't got nothing to invest, and I'm going to invest sooner or later when I get some money. Don't do it. Do it now. Do it now. So what I would really do is I would open my cell phone today, and get the Charles Schwab app. I get the Charles Schwab app on my phone. Then I would go to Charles Schwab, there are physical locations everywhere. Just type Charles Schwab near me into your phone. Go in and say, listen, I got the app. Show me how to use it. And then just go from there. Let's go from there. And remember, you don't have to set your account up with any amount of money. You can set it up with $0. But then once you set it up with $0, then you need to put in that $5. That $5. No, I'm sorry, that $1. That $1. That $1. That $1. Just keep on giving the $1 until it becomes part of your habit. All right. Okay, folks. I think that's it for today. Quick episode. And yeah. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me on YouTube. And I will see you later. Just remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Ashe. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we'll be talking with Reverend Melissa about money. Reverend Melissa about money. So we'll see you tomorrow. All right. See you later.